Good morning, you're watching the Indian Express. I'm Charulata Biswas. Welcome to Morning Expresso. Let's begin your day with a big story. In an interim relief for the Shiv Sena rebel MLAs, the Supreme Court extended the deadline set by Maharashtra Deputy Speaker Narhari Zirwal to reply to notices on pleas seeking their disqualification from the Assembly. Now, the top court said they had time until 5:30 p.m. on July 12th to send their replies and fixed July 11th as the next date of hearing. The political crisis in Maharashtra has given rise to the question of whether the Shiv Sena rebels can avoid disqualification under the anti-defection law. Now, with the rebel camp claiming they have the support of at least 39 MLAs, we explain the two-third rule in anti-defection law. You can read it in detail on IndianExpress.com. While the rebel MLAs got the Supreme Court relief, the Enforcement Directorate has issued summons to the Shiv Sena MP Sanjay Raut in a case related to irregularities in a Chaul redevelopment project at Mumbai's Goregaon. Meanwhile, Uddhav Thackeray took away the portfolios of rebel ministers camping in Assam's Guwahati as he continues to face rebellion within his party and allocated them to other cabinet colleagues. On the other hand, the Shiv Sena's rebel group led by Eknath Shinde is learned to be strategizing to approach the governor, informing him of their decision to withdraw support from the MVA and thereby prompting a floor test. Here are the stories you'll find only in Indian Express. The Supreme Court, while dismissing appeals against the clean chit to then Chief Minister Narendra Modi and others in the Gujarat riots case, said the matter is being pursued to keep the pot boiling, obviously for ulterior design, and said all those involved in such abuse of process need to be in the dock and proceeded with in accordance with law. Yet it was the Supreme Court which, through hearings and orders over the years, called for fair and impartial investigation into the riots cases. Two cases of the Best Bakery and Bilkis Bano were moved out of Gujarat to Maharashtra. We tell you in detail what Supreme Court once said and did in our latest edition of the Indian Express. Let's have a look at the front page. A cyber unit of Delhi police arrested Mohammad Zubair, the co-founder of fact-checking website Alt News, on charges of allegedly hurting religious sentiments following a complaint by a social media user who referred to a tweet from 2018. Now, police sources said the complainant in the case goes by the Twitter name Hanuman Bhakt. Zubair has been sent to one-day police remand. India, along with G7 countries and 4 invited countries, signed the 2022 Resilient Democracy Statement in which they committed to guarding the freedom, independence and diversity of civil society actors and protecting the freedom of expression and opinion online and offline. Here are the must-reads. In an attempt to increase participation of women in the gig economy, the Niti Aayog has proposed fiscal incentives like tax breaks or startup grants for companies with about one-third of their workforce as women and people with disabilities. Key points in its report include: Number 1. A survey conducted across urban centers of India revealed that women are more likely to take up platform jobs after their education and marriage. Number 2. Female labor force participation in India has remained low, oscillating between 16% to 23% in the last few years. Number 3. Platform companies offer flexibility and choice of labor to all workers in general and women in particular, empowering them to monetize their idle assets when and where they want. And number 4, it also recommended that businesses have a higher share of women managers and supervisors in the organization to ensure that communication to workers does not perpetuate gender stereotypes. Now, another report released by the Ministry of Education states that as India entered the pandemic year, students in around 61% districts of the country had very little exposure to digital learning due to limited availability of computers, internet facilities, and teachers trained to handle technological tools in school. Kerala Chief Minister questioned the Congress's silence over the arrest of retired DGP R. Srikumar and activist Teesta Setalvad by the Gujarat police a day after the Supreme Court upheld the clean chit by the SIT to the state government, then led by Narendra Modi in the 2002 Gujarat riots case. The Congress could have organized at least a nominal protest, he said. Aditi Mutadkar, a former international shuttler, remembers getting awkward when boys at her academy did not know why she came for badminton training, wearing dark shorts a few days of the month. Now, with a myriad voices raising questions about Wimbledon's pedantic white-only clothing rule, unrelenting even for women players on their periods, sport is in for a serious sartorial reckoning of its age-old traditions. In today's Delhi Confidential, we talk about the digital push targeting the youth ahead of Uttar Pradesh elections finding success. A new mission, New India for Young India, is already launched in poll-bound Gujarat, with Union Minister Rajiv Chandrasekhar visiting universities to tell students about the government's programs and schemes. Now, the program is to create a buzz about new opportunities such as space and startups. And finally, in today's episode of the Three Things podcast, we discuss how the sanctions on Russia have fared and why AAP lost the recent by-polls in Punjab. We also delve into the companies looking to invest in Congress-ruled Rajasthan and what it says about our economy. That's all I have for you. For more news and updates, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, The Indian Express. Thank you so much for watching.